Hey guys, this is Rocking3 bringing you a dual commentary with MoneyMan300, and we are going to be doing a pre-E3 for 2014. Just kind of review. We just kind of go into the Microsoft PlayStation 4 a little bit, what we're going to see or what we think we're going to see at the E3 this year, and what we want to see and what we hope happens and what we hope doesn't happen. Anyway, just take a look. This is going to be part 2. Check out MoneyMan300 for the part 1, and I'll put a link in down below. Thanks. The video you're going to be seeing along with the commentary is just Forza Motorsport 5. Going to be a couple of, I think they were private lobbies. They had bad audio in them, so I'm only able to use the video part of it. So this worked out great. Thanks for watching. Looking at the list of type of games that are going to be coming out, there's quite a list of games in the Microsoft area. And just to list a few, I know they're going to come out the EA Sports with the UFC, NFL, NHL. Somebody rumored that the baseball might be coming out, but that seems like bad timing to announce that now since baseball is about halfway through now.
Really, the only baseball game worth playing is MLB The Show, and that's on the PS4.
Yeah. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, Killer Instinct was the one I was trying to say earlier, and that was a Street Fighter type crossover where they're going to put a couple of the Street Fighters together with another game just to add characters so they have more choices. Destiny, that one's pushed out, right? Is that right? Or is that one this fall?
I don't know that it's been officially announced on the date yet.
Okay.
On that one.
Oh, the one that I was kind of looking forward to as well is kind of that Minecraft equivalent is Project Spark. I was not a Minecraft player, but I do know it's very, very popular, and Project Spark looks like it might feed off of that a little bit. At least it's kind of in that sandbox type of game, and I look forward to see what we can start doing with Project Spark. And I don't know if that's going to be more for our age or not, but I know everybody of every age plays Minecraft, and if Project Spark has any kind of feed into that, I think it might be kind of fun to give it a try.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at IGN has or my GameSpot has an E3 2014 rumors, and one of them caught my eye here. I mean, they talked about when we talk about the Halo and the remakes, they call it the Halo Master Chief Collection, which looks like the original Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, all in one package. That sounds cool, but there's also a rumor out there from Reddit, out for Reddit, that is the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Collection, which would be Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, all coming for in a single package to the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Well, there's your backwards compatibility. Then they're going to sell it to you. They're not going to make it work.
Hey, not make it backwards compatible, but that would be interesting to go back. If they re-released Call of Duty 4 for the Xbox One, that would be interesting. Now, I would be surprised on that because that would be in direct competition with Advanced Warfare. And it seems to me like you would not want to split your player base up like that. You'd almost have to do that off cycle somewhere. It says in here, rumor has it that the bundle would launch November 25th and contain exclusive content for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So I don't know, which is
that to save Call of Duty franchise? They know the next Call of Duty won't be great, so they want to save it by selling all the old ones. So you'll be playing that for a year.
I mean, it's just a rumor, but yeah, that's interesting. Other rumors on here were things that I hadn't heard of. Project Beast for the PS4. They talked about Battlefield Hardline, which we didn't really cover yet. Yep. Looks like it's so Battlefield Hardline. They had something for the 3DS. Oh, big third-party Xbox One exclusive, and it's got a bunch of question marks there though. So evidently, Microsoft on stage tomorrow is going to announce a new exclusive with a big third party. So
well, I think the theme of what we're going to see is going to be game developers aligning with Microsoft, saying we love the Xbox One, we're going to make great games for this in the future. Stay tuned. I think you're going to see a lot of that kind of pony show where Microsoft is going to pay big bucks to get just big developers to come in and say, yes, this is the console of the future. We're excited. It's easy to use. We're excited to be on it. And I think it's going back to still selling consoles. I know Xbox has fallen a little behind PS4, so I think Microsoft might come out with that type of ploy. I mean, show good games, but also show that hey, we have this in the backload too, and it's going to keep coming. And I think you're going to see a lot of partnership announcements because of that.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree with that. I think this is Microsoft's chance to make up for the almost a year long of bad PR that they've really had, and they've already went through a division head. Phil Spencer now is over that division, and it's his job to kind of clean up the PR mess that they got themselves into. Console's more than capable of playing next generation games. I mean, everything's there that you need to have. Uh, they just need to. They have an image problem. There's no doubt about it. And there's certainly some technical things there as well, but nothing that would preclude a developer from putting big time AAA games out on this. And they're there. But I think you're right. I think we're going to see a lot of showmanship from Microsoft, a lot of like you said, aligning with developers to go lockstep with Microsoft and talk about how great that console is, which is good. I think I'm an Xbox One player, but I have nothing against the PS4, and I think it's really healthy for all gamers if both of these consoles do really well. And along with the Wii stuff, I mean, you want that competition. If one or more of these squash the other ones and you end up with one, that's going to be a bad thing for everybody. I mean, that's going to be no good. So you'll want all these to be successful in the same way that you don't want Call of Duty to be the only good shooter out there. You need that competition to drive the others to be better. So I think it's going to be interesting seeing. Let's let's, we're getting close. I think we're getting close to, half hour in. We don't want to go too much longer than that. Are there any other specific games, or do you want to talk maybe, one game we didn't hit on was Destiny, which, and I throw that out there just because there's been a lot of talk for the last year on Destiny. I'm not quite sure what to make of it yet. That's a Bungie game, and for those that don't know, Bungie, the original creators of the Halo series, and this is an all-new. They split with Microsoft when it went back out on their own. Microsoft actually owned Bungie for a while. Back out on their own, and they're making this game, Destiny. It's a shooter. I don't even know what class of games to put it in. It's a first-person shooter, but it's another one of those single-player, multiplayer, all woven together type of experience. And I'm curious about it. I know a lot of people are excited. I don't know that I'm super excited about it, but I'm real curious. What are your thoughts on that one?
Well, I don't have quite the Bungie history that you guys have, and I will say that any game that I played with Bungie seems to be very similar from a shooter perspective. Now, one thing that I will say, and you guys have always backed this up as well, is it seems like Bungie was always kind of in front of what was next. Do they really have the spirit to create something new and fresh that we just have not thought of, or put it in a different environment, make it feel different? It's kind of like, can they take like what Titanfall looked like it was going to be and yet make it just so enjoyable, make the matchmaking so much better, keep the stats? There's so many fun factors to these shooter games that are even outside of just the shooting part. Bungie seems like they've done a great job in a lot of those parts, not just making the maps, and yes, the maps were good. The gameplay was consistent, and I'm not going to say that it was super enjoyable for me because I was always a beginner at it and getting thrashed at it. But I think Bungie has the potential. I think the reason why they did break out is because they didn't want to keep with the same rules. They didn't want to keep putting out the same things that have been working in the past. They want to try to make it better. I'm hoping as a development studio that they take something to the next level, and I can't even tell you what that is. It's going to have to be something they come up with that just changes the game to make it more enjoyable, and then also make everybody else follow them because they've come up with something new and fresh that nobody else has thought of. That's my hope. Like I said, I've never been a huge Halo player, never been a big Bungie player, but maybe Destiny will be that first one for me where I really want to play it again and again.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's good is there's a lot of big titles coming out this fall. We're going to have some choices. If Gears of War ends up being this year, I don't know if it will or not, but you got, the Destiny that we just talked about. You got Call of Duty. You got Forza Horizon 6. I believe we'll have Project Cars. Potentially Battlefield Hardline. I know neither of us are huge Battlefield players. We both tried to play it. It just hasn't been a game that's in our wheelhouse. Seems like Far Cry. I mean, there's a lot of games coming out, and potentially old remakes of games with Halo and the rumors on the Modern Warfare series. It looks like we're going to have a lot to look at this fall. So more choices at least than we had the last fall, which is a good thing.
The list looks long.
That tells me that we're getting somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
the list looks long, and a lot of them, is ones they've done before. So I think the problem with that is we're expecting certain things, like from Assassin's Creed Unity, we're expecting a certain gameplay out of Batman. Is coming out with another one. We got Battlefield coming out. We have EA Sports. We have Far Cry, Mirror's Edge 2, which to be honest, I don't know what Mirror's Edge 1 was. Quantum Break, I don't know if we've ever heard of that before. We got Tom Clancy's The Division, Warhammer 40K. A lot of these games are ones they've continued to pipe through. I was hoping to see some more new and original titles. I really would like to try something.
I think a couple of those are new and original. Quantum Break, people were pretty excited about after E3 last year, so that one could be interesting. And same thing with Tom Clancy's The Division. There was a lot of buzz generated. And those are two new titles, both of those. And I think Quantum Break is even coming from a new studio, so maybe some complete new blood in there could be interesting as well.
Looking at some of the kind of extended ones, and these aren't necessarily mainstream. Defense Grid 2 is coming out. I actually enjoyed Defense Grid on the Xbox 360. It was just a download game. It's a tower defense game, and it was actually fairly enjoyable. I put quite a few hours into it. It'll be neat to see what new fresh things they come out with. Dragon Age, never played the first Dragon Age or the second one, but they have another Dragon Age coming out. Homefront 2, I was not a big Homefront 1 person. But again, maybe potential there. Mad Max, I'm assuming that's going to be an open world game. Battlefield Middle Earth is coming out again. Rock King should know the name of that a little bit better. I actually haven't been playing those except on the PC in the past. Star Wars Battlefront, I don't know if that's a brand new version of that, but I know Star Wars is widely popular on the PC and on the console as well. And then one that they mentioned was Sunset Overdrive. I actually don't have any details on that. I just watched a video on the Xbox for that one. They just kind of did a little teaser on there. But we'll have to look at it more tomorrow or Tuesday when they actually show it. So there's a lot of games coming out. Now, let me be a little bit more positive. For me, it doesn't take but 2 or 3 really good games in a year to make me happy. I'll play the Xbox 10 months out of the year, just take a couple months off, play here and there. But I just need a Call of Duty game. I need a good racing game. I need a good Gears of War game. And I'm happy for the year. So it's neat that they're putting a lot of titles out. I'm just hoping we just get a handful of really good quality ones that have a long gameplay to it. That's all I'm hoping. Staying positive about it.
Yep, I agree. We need a couple big ones in there. So let's wrap it up with let me ask 2 questions here. Number 1, name your top 3. So pick 3 off the list, 3 that you're most excited about. This year or the following year.
Yeah, that's the
Some of them don't have release dates yet. So out of the list though that we've talked about, what are the 3 you'd be most excited about?
Probably my number 1 is going to be Project Cars. Really hoping for Forza 5 on steroids. I'm really hoping this is going to be a simulation, hard to master type of game, and then throw in the elements to it. I'm really excited about that. Gears of War 4. Again, I love the storyline. It's just a game I get immersed with, both multiplayer and single player. Been hit and miss on the multiplayer, but it's still a game that I enjoy playing there. And the last one, I've got to go with the Call of Duty. I'm really hoping for a good Call of Duty game because I can play that for months at a time as well. What about you?
I'm going to go with Project Cars also as one of the 3. Absolutely. I think we're probably going to be talking about similar games. I'm going to go with Gears of War 4 in there as well. And I'm going to I want to say The Division. It looks so cool last year. and it's maybe between that and It's hard to leave Call of Duty out of that because I am excited to see what they come up with next. And it's hard not to have that in there. So I'm going to go with Call of Duty. So I'm going to go with Project Cars, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. That one's kind of a cop out because it's new, and then Gears of War 4. Even though that might not be this year, if I throw another one in this year, if I had to go one more deeper, I think I would be going with The Division. I'm really interested to see what comes out of that. And then second or last one, we'll try to wrap it up in here. What do you think there'll be any big surprises? So, I mean, let me ask it a different way. Who do you think will be the big winner coming out of this week between the players that are going to be out there? The big Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony.
All right, to be completely honest here, and this is going to go against the grain a little bit. I've seen a couple of the trailers for PlayStation 4, and one of them was your favorite, kind of a wizard type of game. And I think I typed it out, and it's called Dark Sorcerer. And just the looks and the story and the movie and the theater play of it, it looks like it's going to be probably the sexiest game that's going to be out there graphically. Hope I'm not correct on that, but I'm thinking PlayStation 4 is going to take the momentum that they have right now with the console edge as far as what the rumored sales are. Bring in a couple really good games. I know God of War 4 is one they're going to be showing as well. That's a very, very popular title for PlayStation. It gets ported to all their PlayStation devices. I think PlayStation is going to win. I think Xbox is going to be in that try to catch up phase. Try to say, hey, we have people that like us. They really do like us. That's what we're trying to show you. So you stick with us or you go out and buy that console. I think they're behind and they have some catch up to do.
I can't say I disagree with that, but I'm gonna go fanboy on it. I'm gonna go with Microsoft, and the only reason I say that is I think they have to come out with something that creates buzz. I think they have to have something that's going to surprise people that they didn't see was coming, and I think they're going to do that, and I think they're going to create the most buzz coming out of this. And maybe that doesn't mean they're going to win the week, but I think that no matter what happens, I think people are going to be talking about Microsoft after this. I think Sony's going to come with AAA titles. They're going to come with games that look great. You know, they're going to. I think they're going to be that rock. They're going to give you what you expect them to give you. I think Microsoft is going to come out and surprise people.
I hope you're right.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if they don't. So.
I hope you're right because I don't want to have to go out and buy a PlayStation 4 just yet. I'm not ready to buy one.
I'm probably going to end up with one at some point anyway. But yeah, I think this is Microsoft's show to win or lose. They need to have a big show here.
Yeah,
they need to at least keep to try to garner some momentum here. They can't, and it's not like they're getting crushed, right? They're still, especially in the United States, they're still in U.S. sales doing very well alongside the PS4. Worldwide, the PS4 has always been, the Sony brand has always been a little bit more worldwide, but Microsoft needs a big show here. Now, we didn't talk about Nintendo at all, and neither of us are Nintendo players really at all. But maybe they'll have something up their sleeves that'll surprise some people.
Well, if they do, we'll talk about them. We'll wait to see what they come out. I know Super Smash Bros. Has been talked about a lot, but I agree with you. I think the pressure's on Microsoft to bring it big, and of course they have the finances to back that, and they probably will. And I really do hope that they at least perceptually close that gap a little bit with the PS4 because I think there seems to be at least perceived a little bit of gap between the two consoles. Now, having said everything that we've said over the last half hour or so, E3 is this week, and we have several days. I think it's Monday through Thursday is all the release titles, and I think Microsoft and PlayStation have different days again. So I mean, we'll come back around and we'll talk about the games and the trailers that they do show. I know I'll be watching it. I know you'll probably get a chance to watch it, if not live, maybe just shortly thereafter, and we'll put out some more videos and kind of keep up with what's going on and give the opinions that we have on what we've been seeing anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. E3 is like Christmas Eve for gamers, is what I call it. So it's a fun week for gamers. It gives us something to look forward to into that fall season as you go into the kind of the summer month lull. of gaming is what's really coming up. But E3 gives you something to look forward to. And yeah, we're going to get back together. Hope maybe we can get a time where the four of us with Stella and Corn Wolf can get together and we can talk about what we all thought were best in show type of things and what we're really most excited about after actually seeing these things instead of just kind of guessing on what they're going to see. But yeah, I think this will probably wrap it up. We will definitely get together after E3 and talk about what we saw. And I'll hit my outro real quick, and then you can hit yours. So it's been MoneyMan300. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for listening. This is Rock King 3, and we'll see you in the next video as well. Later.
Later.